back to another video. I thought I would do, since I've already done what books I read this year, I thought I would do a little video about the books that I want to read. So all of the books, I'm going to behave myself and I'm going to show you only books that I've actually already got on my bookshelf, that I already own. I'm not going to entertain myself by talking about books that I don't actually own. I'm going to be serious. Right, non-fiction. Most of this is art related, textile related, etc. But there's a few good ones in there. So we've got Playing to the Gallery by Grayson Perry. Everyone loves Grayson Perry. From what I can gather, it's basically about like, what is art? How do we know if the art we're looking at is any good, etc. I don't know, I guess. It's like a mini guide to art, I suppose. So yeah, and about galleries and about art trends, and sometimes if they are sort of a bit pretentious, it seems like. So yeah, I think that'll be really, I think it'll be quite funny and interesting. This is not an art book, but it is non-fiction, and it is You're Not Broke, You're Pre-Rich, which I think, yeah, basically that must be it. And I actually got this book a few years ago now for my birthday. I've still not got around to reading it, but I really do want to. I think I'm okay with money, but I really am a nerd about money. I don't have loads of it, but I love talking about it, and I love saving it, and I love like managing it. I love money admin, which I realise probably puts me in a small group of people. And again, I don't have lots of money. I just like it, talking about it. So yeah, it should be quite good. And the chapters are like, get real with your money, planning for the future, get a grip on your money, asking for more money. How does investing work? Investing in the stock market. So those two chapters in particular will be interesting because I don't know a lot about that area. So yeah, it just seems really interesting. It says a practical money handbook to help you spend, save and earn better. Can't be bad, can it? Okay, then in Tate gift shop this year I picked up this, Why Have There Been No Great Women Artists? Good question. And again, it's just a short little book, so that should be quite a good read. This is an old book. This is actually the 50th anniversary edition. So it'll be interesting to see if sort of the concepts in it are like up to date, which I imagine they will be, because let's be honest, not much has changed. So yeah, I'm looking forward to reading that and seeing like how relatable it is, even though it's over 50 years old. Nice little read, that one. Another nice little read, I'm not gonna lie, the cover really drew me in here. I got this in a little shop in the Lake District, and even under the slipcover, that's a nice colour book, isn't it? It's lovely. So yeah, this is Art and Fear, Observations on the Perils and Rewards of Art Making. It says, this book is about making art, ordinary art. It is what it is. It is about what it feels like to sit in your studio classroom at your wheel or keyboard, easel or camera, trying to do the work you need to do. It is about committing your future to your own hands, placing free will above predestination, choice above chance. It is about finding your own work. So I'm expecting to read this and have a creative epiphany, quite frankly. I think it should be interesting. In this sleeve as well, it says, making art is difficult, blah blah blah. How does art get done? Why often does it not get done? And what is the nature of the difficulties that stop so many who start? And this is really like, this speaks to me because I don't make that much art for an artist. I find it easier to make my money as an artist by teaching other people how to do things and not producing my own work as much. I do produce bits, but I don't do as much as what I think I should do. But what does that really mean? How much I think I should do? It's up to me really, I guess. But yeah, I'm expecting to read this and it to really motivate me to make some art. And actually get some stuff done and try some new ideas, because I do have the ideas, but I just never get around to doing them because I think, I don't know what I think. This is what I'm going to find out, I guess. Okay, I've saved like the serious ones to last, I think. I picked this up in a Waterstones, I've never seen it before, and it's called Fabric, The Hidden History of the Material World. And from what I gather, it is literally a book. I mean, how fun is this cover situation? It is literally a book about all kinds of fabric, where they came from, why they came. So basically all the chapters are different types of fabric or fibre. So we've got bark cloth, tapper, don't actually know if that's how you say that, cotton, wool, tweed, pashmina, sackcloth, linen, silk, imagined fabrics and patchwork. So it's literally about the history, I think, and it's going to be a serious read because it's chunky and the print is small. But it does have some pictures in the middle there, so that's nice, not many. So yeah, so that's going to be a serious read, I think, but I do think it will be very interesting. This one, I actually have another book by this author called Threads of Life, which is about how sort of fabric and textiles is all around us, affects everything, etc., which is really good. And now she's wrote this book, which is a bit more niche, called Embroidering Hair Truth, Mary Queen of Scots and the Language of Power, which is basically about how in Queen Mary's era, the 16th century, women didn't have a voice, so they sort of spoke through textiles, and especially textiles, the more elaborate your textiles were at that time, the more rich you were, etc. Obviously Queen Mary is quite rich. So it's about the textiles in her life and how she used them to sort of stake a claim on the world, I guess. How she used it to advance herself politically and personally. So yeah, I think it'll be quite interesting. Again, it is quite chunky, but her last book was very readable that I read, so I'm expecting this to be quite good as well. And it does also have some pictures in of the examples of the fancy textiles she would wear and things. So yeah, I think that'll be really nice. So that is my to read. Well, it's a small amount of my to read in 2024. So I think we need to get off to a cracking start in January, don't we? I think this year my reading goal was to read 15 books, and I'm just about going to do it, which probably, if you're a real booktuber or book person, you're going to be like, wow, that's shocking. It's not the best, it's not really fast, but I often end up doing loads of different things on an evening or whenever. When I would usually read, I've got other things to be doing, like my knitting, you know, I'm a crafts girl, so I don't always find the time. But now that Spotify has audiobooks, I do think I'll get through a lot more. And yeah, so I think I'm going to keep my reading goal at 15 again this year because it seems achievable to me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!